This Lights Camera Action Podcast. I'm your host, Joey Cash.
And I'm your host, T Stone.
And today we got a man of many names, of many faces. We got Mo B. We got Motivated B. We got Manifest Mo B. We got one of the guys that used to walk me to talent shows when I was a kid to rhyme and rap. And he's also the father of Enrgy Beats. What's up? Mo B, what's going on?
Man, what's the word, Joey, man? My baby. T Stone, what's the word, man?
Man,
I love
just
y'all,
chilling, man. Just excited to be here, man.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. This is real special. Real special.
So look, Mo, we gonna take it back a little bit, man. We're gonna take it back to the beginning of since I met you.
Right.
And where I meet you at?
Probably walking to the talent show, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you
Early
you
90s.
was short. You was short. And I'm like, man, who is this little dude? Like, man, I just know you had a familiar smile.
Yeah.
And I seen you, and I'm like, yeah, I like him. And I just remember we was talking and walking.
Yep.
And probably, yeah, like right behind the school.
Yep.
I remember like it was yesterday.
Okay, so
Correct.
where you from, Mo B?
I'm from Flint. I'm from a neighborhood or community outside of Flint, more specifically called Beecher. And the little homies call it the East Side now. They broke it all the way down.
Oh, wow.
So now we from the East Side of Beecher. Now, yeah, Taz was responsible for that.
Rest in peace, Taz.
Rest in
man.
peace, my homie Taz, my loved one, my little brother Taz.
Man, I
They
watched him
started
grow
at
up.
East Side, West Side, and so, but you know, from my era, it's still Beecher, man. Like, so many different sections. We got the, our area, which is like I said, the East Side. And you got the West Side, and then you got the Gardens. Then you got Kennedy Estates and Dirtville. There's so many different sections of Beecher. If a person don't know, they think we all just one, but we all are one. But it's just different sections. So when you get into it inside of Beecher, we know what section you represent. And I just happen the section I they call from this generation is the East Side. But I'm Beecher, period. From my generation, just all Beecher. From past Carpenter Road, in between Stanley, Clio, and probably Dort Highway.
Yep,
all
the way to Dort Highway.
Real shit.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, musically, if we get into the music, if we go personal, I could tell you, I came up in the 80s, man. Came up in the, before crack, before the crack generation hit. I remember it was a beautiful city. Flint, Beecher was beautiful. Before crack, and hip hop wise, that hit at the same time. That caught my ear at an early age. I was one of them kids that was always inquisitive, so I was always looking to learn how certain things work. And when I became like maybe 14, 15, I figured out how to put a studio together. So, during those times, you had Breed, you had Dayton Family that was putting on for our city.
Right.
And they inspired me. I built my own studio at the age of 16 in my home, in my bedroom. And from there, I started recording. And I built it with a camcorder for my microphone that was on the camcorder. A Walkman, which I used to play the beats that I made, that I dubbed the beats, the beginning and the end of songs. I would make a loop And then from that
That's a
loop,
classic.
I would put that loop tape in the cassette in my Walkman, and then I would push record on my dual cassette deck that had the auxiliaries in the back. On one side of the aux, I would use the Walkman for the instrumental, and the other side I would use the camera input for the microphone, and then I would record, right? So then I take that first take out, put that back into the Walkman, boom, and now I can double up.
Right.
And then I found out I got unlimited tracks as long as I keep taking one tape out of the record and putting it back into the play, putting a different tape in, and I can keep adding ad-libs, double ups, triple, however many vocals I want.
Wow. So all them songs I heard from you back in the 90s was made like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if they was made at, yeah.
So let me ask you this question. Who inspired you to even, build a studio?
It wasn't none. Like, I'm telling you, like, a lot of my generation, I found out since the internet came about, we was learning stuff without even knowing that everybody else was learning this stuff. We was figuring it out. Like, so it wasn't none. It was just like trial and error, like playing around, like tinkering. Like,
So would you say you was ahead of your time?
well, now we got the internet, I say like it was just in the air. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, back then, great minds think alike. So you would find yourself, you might have thought you had this song, and then you hear it on the radio, and it's like, damn, and you couldn't say somebody stole it because you were just thinking about it.
Yeah.
So like, great minds think alike. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was so true back then, but I can't really say that for right now. But it's still kind of like on the same wavelength, but you just got, you got social media, you got internet, people, somebody could take something and don't tell the next person where they got it from, and, they can pass it off as their own. Nowadays, you couldn't do that back then.
Well, no, I asked you that because how you just broke that down. You know what I mean? How you
Like
placed
he invented
it.
it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm like, where is the inspiration, the motivation come?
To do that, to dig that deep.
Yeah.
That's why I said if it just came out of
Oh no,
nowhere,
I could say like just far as my mind, just how my mind works. If I'm looking for something, like right now, I can probably look around the room and figure out like how to make this work for that. Like if you got a flat tire, you ain't got nothing. Like, you will figure it out. Like, if you really want to figure it out without a phone, like if your phone go dead and you can't even call nobody, you in the middle of nowhere, you gonna like look around like, damn, let me see what I can do to fix my goddamn tire. You know what I'm saying? And that's the burning desire I had to figure it out. And I'm like, hold on, I got a video camera. Oh, okay. Playing around with that, I'm like, this microphone on here. And I seen it was some inputs and outputs on it. That's how I was always into inputs and outputs.
Right.
So hooking up VCRs and stuff, I was doing that early. Like, my parents was like, how you do that? So I hook it up, and I figured out, with the Nintendos, the VCR, all these inputs and that, they took the same wires.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, these RCAs is the key. And the auxiliary, you know what I'm saying? When I found that out, I said, oh, this some input and this some output, you know what I'm saying? Plugging this in and connecting this to that.
Right.
So that was like, it kind of started taking a life of its own once I figured out the inputs and outputs.
Okay. And then we seeing this Synergy Records. What attracted you to make a company? What was the motivation behind you making a record label?
The label, man, I came up with my first label name when I was 16 in the 10th grade, end of the 10th grade. And it was called Landlow Music, Landlow Entertainment. And I carried that name all the way up until like Enrgy was born. My son, he was born. I still was rocking that name. But I came up with a different company at that time called Affiliated Labels. And that was based on, I started working with so many different artists that had their own companies.
Mm.
So I wanted to figure out a way I could stay attached to them,
Right.
you know, but still, you know, give them, you know, my full attention and really, you know, blend in with them all the way. Like, okay, I'm gonna give y'all everything I got,
Okay.
and the only way I'm gonna do it is if we form a brand new company.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And we all gonna be partners with this bigger company.
Right.
It never quite took form because like we didn't have social media, we didn't have the internet to figure out how to do all the paperwork and
Yeah.
you know do all that stuff back then. But that was the concept. So synergy really come from affiliated labels. You know what I'm saying? And since then, you know, with everything that's going on with Enrgy, he inspired. The name was inspired from his name,
Okay.
which is Enrgy. Synergy is big energy. You know, it's like energy combined. It's called synergy. So I'm like, okay,
That's dope. That's a dope concept.
that's what it was.
Really?
Like he
So
inspired.
basically like like some, yeah.
Exactly. So it's backwards. So
Yeah.
like son inspired. He named me.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where it come from. So I thought, just off that, I thought it was perfect. I'm like, okay, I gotta run with that name.
Yeah.
And I always thought, like when I went back to college in 2014, and one of the concepts of college, one of the first things that I learned when I went back to college was the importance of synergy, was the importance of collective ideas, think tanks. Basically what we doing right here in the next room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that. This is how I always thought like this though. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
just didn't have a word to put on how I think. And I think synergy, that word, it hit me so hard. Like I'm like, I got it. But the actual spelling and the name itself was inspired from my son. So it was just like a collective
Father,
different
son.
thoughts
Yeah.
that came together. Like, okay, this is how my mind worked anyway. My son named Enrgy. Synergy is big energy. It just all came together. But we was at a gas station. I think a mobile gas station. If you pull up to certain gas station, I think it's mobile, you will see they got a brand called Synergy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
And
yeah.
we was pulling up getting gas.
Mhm.
And I seen that sign. I'm like, because we was all together. We was in my car. We was going to see my daddy.
Mm-hmm.
He was passing away in 2019. He was sick. We was going to see him.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, we was going to see him. His last moments breathing. We was on our way to go see him in Louisiana, and we stopped at a gas station. I think it was in Arkansas somewhere, and I saw that Synergy logo.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I'm a name. That was so. It came literally on
Yeah.
paper in 2019. That's when it
Okay.
became real.
Okay.
So what are your strengths?
My strengths,
Yeah.
pretty much like everything I was explaining, man. Like I could look around a room and figure out how to put things together. You know, with things, with people. You know, I kind of, you know, all those guys over there. Most of them, I know. Some of them I don't.
Right.
But if I'm around them long enough, and we in a real comfortable environment long enough, I'm able to like, okay, you this, you compliment, and it's a little different with people because you do have to gain trust. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like it got to be a two-way street for people to trust you enough
Yeah.
to want to listen to you. So that and my vision, man, like my vision, bro, like my vision is long term. It ain't about right now.
Right.
You know, it's not about right now at all.
Yeah.
Like I've been knowing Abdo for some years, so like he could tell you like when I met him, we was talking about now then. We wasn't talking about now. We was talking about now then.
So,
And-
okay, go ahead.
that's really like I can tell you like it ain't about a quick buck. With me, it's about
Longevity.
it's about your purpose, bro. Like it's more to it than that. It's like, you know, if you believe it, money and all of that, like what you might think of as success, it'll come so much, that'll be the problem.
Okay.
So it's like, cause that's the issues we got now.
Right. I was just gonna
Money
ask you
is the
that.
problem.
I was
Like,
finna ask you that. I was finna ask you, like, with this company and all your success, it gotta be stressful. So, what are your weaknesses?
well, I can say this much. Like, for me personally, and my, in Synergy Records, we ain't making that much money like that. But the people that I manage, they the ones that gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And all the other artists, that I don't manage, that we help to, attain the success that they got. The Y&Js, the Crispy Like Kids, the Louis Rays, the Pac-Mans, the Rios, you know what I'm saying, the RMC Mikes, all of them, Babyface E, all of them, I'm not in their business, but I do know personally, just off the people that I manage, that once you get money, now you got to figure out how to keep money.
Right.
That's
the hard part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially coming from where we all come from.
We like the flaws.
And we all come from the same place. So, and that's a hard conversation, I think, for most of them to have just with anybody. So that for me, I'm just trying to keep myself relevant enough where they trusting me to have them type of conversations. So I say, like, I don't know everything, man. That's a weakness, but I think when you forthright, when you honest about that you don't know everything, you know what I'm saying? I think you can flip it around to a strength, you know what I'm saying? I think that's why I'm able to still be relevant with these young dogs, 20, 25 years younger than me, you know what I'm saying? They still fuck with me. You know why? Because I let them know I don't know everything.
You gonna learn together.
Exactly. But I would share with you what I do know, and hopefully you share with me what you know, because they teach me more than I teach them. They teach me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I learn more from them than they do from me.
Oh, okay.
And I let them know that. Like, shit, I don't know everything.
That's deep.
So what's some of your goals for the Synergy company?
One of my main goals is it's really the spirit of what Synergy is, to live on, is to, like I said, years down the road. So, like, the purpose of having this beat camp and this session and the showcase tomorrow is for future generations.
Right.
So, and it ain't about me, like I said, like that whole, the Synergy Records, that's me and Enrgy's company.
Okay.
But we are actually in the works of putting together a bigger company. And that company is called The Universe.
Okay.
And that's basically what the earlier company I was speaking about, affiliated labels, this would be, I know exactly how to structure it now.
Okay.
We could do it all like online, and it's accessible. It can be done.
Right.
So the Universe, Synergy Records would be the production arm, or feed the production, one of the companies that feed the production to the Universe.
Right.
And that's just that.
Right.
But then, like, if YSR Records wanted to be a part of the Universe as a company, it would just be one of many, right?
Right.
He would be equal owner of that company. It would be non-exclusive. So it's like, basically like a home. So you think of like mama's house. You know what I'm saying? If mama passed away, all her siblings own this house, right? Grandkids too, you know what I mean? Right? We all, this big mama house, right? And we all equally own this house. We can come and go. Everybody get a key. Everybody chip in, pay the taxes. That's how the Universe is in a perfect world. You know what I'm saying? We really trying to, like, I really want to see it be mapped out just like that. Like, this is your home.
Right.
leave home, go get money somewhere else, but you always got a key here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you come here when you just want to get away from maybe the big label deal that you got. You know what I'm saying? You just want to come here and do a mixtape, just have fun,
Right.
give it to the fam. You know what I'm saying? But now I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go. You gotta go to where you know you got obligations to. So that's the goal of what Synergy is. I want Synergy to grow into something way bigger. This just the concept.
So with that being said, right, and with your role in the company, how would you set one of the artists down and define success for them? How would you tell them, you know, how to define success, basically?
Yeah, I would say success is you being a productive citizen. Like, success is not money. It's how you, basically how your legacy, how your kids act. You know, like how the people act around you, the respect level that people got for you. Along with money, you want to see, and that's what I was talking about earlier about investments. You know, about when you get money, being able to keep money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's very important, but it's just a balance. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have it. Like, you don't want to be working nowhere for 30 years and not have nothing, right?
Right.
You don't want to be rapping for 10 years and not have nothing.
Right.
20 years, 30 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting there now. Like, you got a lot of old rappers that's still relevant, that's been rapping for 40 years, and they all got something. So having talks with people that know how to invest money was a very important part of their career. So just to bring that to them, like to bring, knowledge, to give them insight on how to maximize their opportunities, how to file their taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, how not to get behind on their taxes. How, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. How to keep their money. So, and most importantly, like I said, man, it raising a family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just even being able to live off of music, live off the thoughts that you have that make music. That's success to me, you know what I'm saying? But being able to keep it is really, that's like the marathon that Nipsey was talking about. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Being able to keep it.
So how do you deal with the company stress?
The structure?
The stress. The stress.
Oh, the stress. Oh, I mean, right now, it's so easy, bro. Like, this era, this social media and internet era, it's just really managing it. Like, it's really it's really easy. It's fun. It's really not even stressful, to tell you the truth. Like, but the only stress that comes, like I was talking about, like taxes and being able to like make sure that they keep, but that ain't like my personal affairs. I don't have those words in my personal affairs. But the more money you make, the more. So the stress really comes from the artists, the money that they make, and producers. Some of the producers I manage, they gotta fork up, and if they don't got their shit in order, where they paying out, or they got a special account, putting up 30% of their money all year round.
Right.
When that tax bill come, that's stressful for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's only if they ain't listen to, some advice. Like, look, you need to be putting this up to pay your taxes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a lot of the stress really come from them being stressful. You know what I'm saying? But not me personally. I mean, how I'm structuring mine is a bunch of partnerships, man. Bunch of partnerships. You know what I'm saying? So right now we got some A&Rs that's working with us, but they got their own companies, right? So they what they call subcontractors. You know what I'm saying? they don't own actually owners of the company.
Yeah.
It's subcontractors.
Smart.
And so that's where it's at now. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully, like, you know, that's the good thing about this era and this technology. Like, you know, you throwing events like this. You putting different projects together. Like we've been putting projects together. We did the song with Tommy G when he came to Flint. Remember, we came up to y'all barbershop that same day, and we did a song that what's that song called, Ryan? With Tommy G.
I forgot the name of it.
I can't think of it.
That's a man doing a million songs a day.
I can't even think of the name.
It was something though.
Either way, that song, you know, just being able to, cause that we put that out. We actually put that song out, and Kamikaze. It's called Kamikaze.
Okay, I knew you'd get it.
Kamikaze. Yeah. So
Okay.
You don't think of that word all the time.
No, you don't.
Either way, that was one song. So like, just different opportunities for me. It's like I'm trying to capitalize on everything, and cause I don't really get nothing like directly from none of the people that I manage, and so like events like this is where I kind of get a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get just a little bit, and I'm investing in this. So you know, a lot of my you know, the real physical money, it come from a lot of the things that I was doing for Enrgy. You know what I'm saying? Early on. So a lot of that stuff kind of starting to pay off now, recently, but everybody else, I don't really got my hands all in their business. It's just how he is, just like how I've been trying to get in touch with him all day and he ain't answer the phone. A lot of his hands off for the business. I got my hands on this business. I got to. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure he's straight. But you know, that's really just because his personality. So a lot of, you know.
No, he kind of quiet. He kind of
quiet.
quiet.
How do you separate the father relationship and the business relationship? Because you're saying y'all are, you know, basically y'all own the business together. So how do you separate that?
Well, it's real simple. Like if you know him, you know that all he really care about is 2K, or you know what I'm saying, being like that's it.
That's his thing.
Yeah. Shotty D told me, man, all you gotta do is download the PlayStation app, and you can talk to the nigga.
Wow.
He said, I've been talking to him all the time. I talk to him every day. I just got on with him. I'm like, oh, wow. Okay, I ain't know that Shotty. Thanks. So, so like all the business is, you know, it's easy because he don't even like when his taxes come. He don't even know how much I gotta send, like, you know, these are taxes, you gotta pay this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta pay that, bro.
But it's good you keep me up on that. Let me ask you this. Like, I grew up with you, so I know you done motivated a lot of rappers. A lot of local rappers in the hood, right? Mm-hmm. But what motivated B?
Motivated Mo B?
Motivated Mo B. What motivates you?
Man, seeing like you, seeing like, you know, what motivate me, bro, is seeing people doing good. Right. That right there, I'm gonna tell you, like, you know, from my era anyway, that was always, you know, the thing. Yeah. Like, you know, it wasn't no money.
Nope.
No, it was to see the people that you love doing good. That was money.
Right. Yeah.
That was money.
Yeah.
So like, I see a lot of people, man. They I think they got support mixed up. Support is what you give, right? And what you give, when I like what I look at, like the experiences that we have, right? Yeah. I gave that freely, and to see you doing good, you doing good freely, and I see, like, you shining back on me, right? So and then they had these type of interactions. This is like, you know, the real thing.
It's
So
the
it's
full
like,
circle.
yeah, exactly. So you know what I'm saying? To get shined on, man, after you, cause there ain't gotta be no money. Like this, a lot of people think that, you know, you gotta give some money to somebody. I didn't get that. You know, my
Right.
daddy was involved right there with me at the house, but he didn't give me money all the time. He actually didn't hardly talk to us too much.
Yeah.
He showed us, literally showed us, and we just watched it. And then we kind of patterned, you know what I'm saying? All me and my three brothers patterned our behavior based on him. And we all seen it 4 different ways. So we all got 4 different perspectives on what our daddy showed us. So that's how I came up. I came up like that. Like, you know, you got to show the people that you love how you love them. You know what I'm saying? They got to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? If they ain't paying attention, that ain't your fault. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, like with the younger generation, you know, like with, you know, the younger generation, like most of them, I had a relationship with them when they were little. You know what I'm saying? Most of them.
Yep.
The ones that I know anyway.
Right.
So even if I didn't have a relationship with them, they had a relationship with others, and off of that, I got connected to like a Louis Ray. I didn't know Louis Ray when he was little, but he connected with some of my little dogs. And off of that, boom, same with Rio and Mike. You know, even though and Big Baby, I didn't know all of them when they was little, but they got connected to some of the people that did know me when they was little, and just off of that, you know, it kind of came to where, you know, like I'm me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then just how I am, I see everybody for who they are, you know what I'm saying? Period. Like, just love, man, because I got a lot of mentors, a lot of big homies that counsel me, and I'm here for them too, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to make them look good, you know what I'm saying? And so it's all a big old tree we all come from.
And I really wanted today, I wanted to put the spotlight on you, because I know people, we talk a lot about Enrgy and the company and the rappers as a whole, but I wanted to shine a spotlight on you, because they don't know that you really are motivated. Like, you really have put your hands and feet in so much shit. You know what I'm saying? So you deserve everything you got coming.
I ain't gonna lie, man. It's always been like vision, prayer, believing in what your vision is, man.
Yeah.
Putting the work in,
Yep.
and that's it. You know, every day. You know, Brown work every day.
Yep.
He don't need nobody to hold his hand. You know what I'm saying, at all. He get up, get to it. No, this right here, this fun for him. You know, just something it's probably fun. You know, because he ain't had to set it up. You know what I'm saying? He just come, fall in, and fall out, right?
Yep.
So, but usually he's setting up all this type of stuff on his own.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He's setting up sessions on his own. He getting beats on his own. And, you know, that's that hard work. You know what I'm saying? And he believed it. So every artist that I done seen that and made it up out of here had that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't need nobody to hold their hand. They, you know, but people like me, it's just, I always been like this, bro. Like a good, what you call like a good locker room player. Like, you know, you got some players that's like real
Even
good.
if you ain't in the game, you gon'
Like Lindsey Hunter. I heard Lindsey Hunter was a good locker room player. Like you need, like it be them players that take you over the top. You know what I'm saying? So I always had that kind of mentality. Like I'm gonna be good for the. After we leave, I'm finna make everybody feel good. That's how I used to be like on our physical football team. So I ain't never been the best athlete. I ain't never been the best rapper, best producer, but I understood the collective and how we all can complement each other. You know what I'm saying? Like that it ain't no competition.
none.
You know what I'm saying? We all complement each other. And
Ain't nothing wrong with friendly competition, though.
I mean, I think the real competition is you against you.
Yeah.
Like you competing against you. So to me, this is just my perspective. When you see your your counterparts, you know, doing good, like a new car or new house, you should share in that.
Right.
In your mind, be able to superimpose yourself into that car. Like that's just what I did.
like that.
It's like
get that.
when you play bingo, when you say that's my car,
Right.
you gotta believe it when you say it. Like that's my car. You know, when you see your partner pull up in a new car, you gotta say that's my car.
Right. No doubt.
That's mine. You know, and that's what I do when I see all our little dogs pulling up in new cars. Rio, I told Rio that we put up in McLaren and all that. That's mine.
That boy came through the hood one time in the what was it? A Rose.
A Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
I seen him.
Yeah.
That's mine. You know, I told Vezo that. You know, that's mine. You know what I'm saying? I see that. I feel that for myself. You know, and that's me sharing in that with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, this us. When you in that car, I'm in that car.
Right.
Yeah, literally. Like, we gotta feel like that. You know what I'm saying? When anybody get a platinum plaque, that's my platinum plaque. That's ours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all our platinum plaque. We gotta share in that. Because when you do that, you know what I'm saying, you literally can see yourself physically doing that one day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time when you believe that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what these things is. They're like, okay, you showing me that it can be done.
Right.
That's what all you did.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in my mind, your success is my success.
Exactly. If we're in the same camp, it is.
Period. Even if
we're not in the same camp.
even if they don't,
Yeah.
because a lot of times people reach the first place and they feel like shit. You can't celebrate. How you gonna celebrate? How you?
Right.
You gonna motherfucker say you won, motherfucker. You ain't won shit. I won.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But guess what? Can't nobody. It's just like somebody praying for you. You can't control how somebody pray for you.
Nope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. You're not in control.
Right.
So if I say I'm happy for you and I'm sharing with you, you can't control that. You can't control me saying that's my number one trophy.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the work that you put in and the vision and your faith and you believe in that, that's what's gonna separate you from that really being you in the future. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like you
really
gotta touch it before you
completely
touch it.
understand that.
You gotta touch it before you touch it. You gotta really believe it, see it, feel it way before you really touch it. You know what I'm saying? Like physically. So when it happened, it's old. Like that shit old. I've been seeing that when. Because you hear stories like Kendrick talking about how he met Tupac when he was a baby. Y'all heard that story?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
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 So like when he got to where he got to, it's like, oh, damn,
Yeah.
felt this.
Felt it already.
Man, yeah. So it's like this ain't nothing new.
Cause I'm gonna tell you, Moby, lately I've been having that feeling like you saying all over the place.
Y'all got it.
You know what I mean? I had that feeling all over the place, man.
Y'all got it.
And I want to thank you for sitting down with us, man. It might not be big to you, but to us, it's this big.
Yes,
So
sir.
we ain't gonna hold up
Big,
all your
big.
time. I see you're in the middle of doing something.
Yeah, I gotta go, man.
Yeah. So I want to shout out
Damn, my phone.
Mo B, Enrgy, Synergy record label, from Lights Camera Action Podcast. We, from the bottom of our heart, wish y'all all the success in the world. You know what I'm saying?
One.
And thank you for having us.
Appreciate it. One.